Hey guys, it's Sid the Vintage Chick here, and welcome back to But You Seem Fine. Let's continue. Chapter 2. You blink slowly and start to wake up. You don't know how long it's been since you first got sick, but your days seem endless now. Check the time and look at your phone. You check your phone and see you have a new message. It's Mom. Hey sweetie, don't forget we have a doctor's appointment at 1:30 today. I'll be by to pick you up at noon. Make sure you eat something. Get up. You wish you could, but even thinking about getting up is too much effort. Still feels like you've been hit by a truck. Nothing would feel better than slipping back into a temporary coma. You pull your covers back up to your chin and let yourself doze off. Ray? Ray, wake up. You wake up suddenly to the sound of your mom's voice. She's shaking you by the shoulder and trying to get you up and out of bed. Ray, we're going to be late to the doctor's. Did you not see my text message? Do as she says. Groggily, you pull a hoodie over your head and put on a pair of sweatpants while Mom rushes you out of the door and into the car. You fidget uneasily as the two of you wait for the doctor to appear. Mom said he's an ENT doctor, but you're not sure what that stands for. Based on the large picture of a cross-section of a head on the wall, you guess it stands for ear, nose, and throat. Mom got a referral from your primary care physician after he found out you have been congested and sick a couple times. I don't know why we're even here. 10 more minutes go by. Hello, I'm Dr. Clark. Looks like Hitler. Mom goes over the same spell that she gave Dr. Harris. He listens and nods occasionally as he inspects you for normal checkup procedures. Well, her ears and throat look fine. I'll need to take a closer look up her nose. He pulls out a long, thin device. It looks like a stick. He sets a camera to get your camera, and to your great discomfort, he shoves it up your nose. Nope, not really seeing anything here. He moves the stick around. It hurts a little, but mostly it's just weird. He leans back in his chair, finally finished. You know what I think? I think she's a teenager. She had a cold, and now she's milking it for all that she can. Her chart says she's on antidepressants already, so there's not much else I can do. Look, kid, you just have to suck it up and go to school. Even if you're sick, you know. When I was a kid, I got the chicken pox, and I still went to school. He rambles on for a bit as you zone out. Mom stares at him in silence, but you feel that she's carefully holding back her words. When he finishes his lecture, she calmly stands and walks out the room. You shuffle out after her. You make a brief stop in the waiting room while Mom takes care of the copay. Then you both head home, none the wiser than when you came. Several days later. It's the weekend after your appointment. You're resting in bed when your phone vibrates. It's a text from Sadie. Dude, we start a new project in art class tomorrow. What's something awesome we can put on your wall? That's so sweet. Plus, you would be lying if you said you hadn't been asking for some art from her for a while. Let's say Super Space Sailor fan art. You hit send, and before you know it, there's a response. You got it, Captain. Smiley face. Or winky face. Just make sure you get back to school at some point to pick it up. Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later, if you have anything to say about it. You hear Mom calling for you from the kitchen. You pocket your cell phone and get out of bed. Coming! Ah, look who came when called. Yeah, about that. Could you possibly want this early on a Sunday? Ray, it's 2 p.m. Oh? I need to bring a dish at the potluck at work tomorrow. Since you spent the last few days in your room, I figured you might want to help. I don't know, I'm still tired, Mom. Mom sighs heavily. All right, just help me choose something people will actually eat. Quinoa salad, cucumber sandwiches, green bean casserole. Good old green bean casserole. Ray, I said that people will actually eat. Green bean casserole is great. You get to trick everyone to think it's healthy by putting a vegetable on the title. What the lady wants, the lady gets. Hey, maybe you could prep the rest of the ingredients while I run to the store and grab onions. Sure, and while I'm at it, I'll give you $1 million. Sassy, sassy. Hey, it was worth a shot. You and Mom giggle as she turns back to the fridge. Several weeks later. Hello. You and Mom have another doctor's appointment. This whole process is starting to seem like a cycle of missing school and getting nowhere. But you guess finding an answer is worth it. Apparently, there's a chance that this whole energy issue is a problem with your heart. So you're in to see a cardiologist today. The doctor listens to your heartbeat and your breath. Hey, Dr. Edwards? It seems all right, but let's do a cardiogram and a heart ultrasound just to make sure. You lie down on a table. The tech attaches 20 different electrodes to your head and your chest for the cardiogram. You lie there and feel like a potato battery. After a few minutes, you're ushered into another room for the ultrasound. You take your shirt off and the tech pushes down on your chest with the device covered in cold gel. She keeps looking for different angles and it hurts your ribs. You wince at the pressure and squeeze your eyes shut, trying to go somewhere else in your mind. You see your heart show up on the black and white monitor. It seems small. The nurse examines it. Well, you have a teeny tiny heart murmur, but it's really small. I don't think there's anything to worry about. Definitely not the issue here. Great, another dead end. Your phone lights up. There's a reminder in your calendar. Find monologue for fall play auditions. Damn, you really want to try for the lead, but you haven't had the time or energy to prepare anything. Maybe you'll feel better by next week and find something in time. There's also a text from Sadie. You need Super Space Sailors Marathon this weekend. We can finish the whole season if you watch nonstop for 24 hours. That would be so much fun. But you know that you just don't have the energy to get to Sadie's place, let alone stay up for hours on end. Rain check, Sadie. You send the text and tuck your phone away, staring out the car window. These doctor's appointments are wearing you down. You're not sure if it's even worth it anymore, but you still wish you had an answer. Do you keep searching? Yes. Of course we've hit a few dead ends, but someone's got to come up with something. Sure, there was some bad apples, but maybe the next doctor will be better. Several weeks later. You wake up and find yourself in your room. Everything seems kind of peaceful. Weird. You glance at the clock. 8:48? This does not bode well for your 9 o'clock class. Mom! There's no response. She must have already left for work. You grab the nurse articles of clothing and sprint to the bathroom. Maybe if you hurry, you won't be that late. Arriving in class a solid 25 minutes late. You slam your backpack down and pull out your notes. The rush of adrenaline from booking it to school has got you wired. As fast as you can, you start scribbling down the notes on the whiteboard. Okay, adjectives, noun modifiers. They describe a noun, adverb, adjective, verb, or other adverb modifiers. Examples include. Ray? Huh? Sadie? Dude, it's time for PE. Wait, what? Oh, God. Did you fall asleep? Yeah. Can I borrow your notes? I mean, sure, but you seem like you made good progress already. What? You look at the notebook in front of me. Sure enough, there are lines of notes written on the pages, barely legible, but still there. Whoa, did I write these in my sleep? Oh my gosh, that is like a superpower. I would kill to be able to do that. You're not sure how you feel about that statement, but you brush it off. Since you woke up, you're feeling surprisingly refreshed. As weird as the nap was, it gives you enough a boost to make it through the rest of the school day. Several weeks later, Mom got recommendation for this holistic doctor, Dr. Worth. Alternative medicine as a concept doesn't exactly click in your mind, but at this point you're getting desperate for answers. His office is in a nice part of town, and it was hard to find parking. As you walk in, you notice the office is covered in embroidered pillows. His Harvard degree sits on the wall in a nice frame. Dr. Worth listens to the spell. He says he has some ideas about what might be going wrong and orders some blood tests. He looks mean as hell. Looks like he doesn't want to be there. You go to the section of the office with the phlebotomist, aka the person who draws blood. She pulls up your hoodie sleeve, ties your arm off, and disinfects the bend of your arm. She tells you they need 11 vials of blood today. You nod. She slides the needle in, but you don't look. After you get your blood drawn, you meet up with your mom at the front desk. Apparently, the doctor recommends some specialty supplements that he also sells in-house. You watch as the price tag climbs with each additional bottle. You find out, of course, they're not covered by insurance. Mom pays the exorbitant price, and then the two of you head home. Several days later, you spend the next week downing extra supplements, vitamins, minerals, weird powder you mix with apple juice, you name it. Some of them taste gross, some of them the size of horse pills. Blech, but you swallow them all. With your previous meds and your new supplements combined, you now have a personalized medication chart taped to the inside of the pantry cabinet. There's your morning pills, 7, your lunch pills, 5, and your night pills, 9, for a whopping total of 21 pills a day. If these pills are supposed to make you feel better, why do you feel so much worse all the time? Oh. Several weeks later. You and your mom are back to see Dr. Worth. He pulls out some pieces of paper. They have your name on the top as well as a bunch of tables with all sort of numbers on it. Do you know what these are? A chart of some kind? Right. It shows a high level of liver enzymes. He drones on about how certain activities have side effects that are evident in many ways. Teenagers often fail to realize that the stress they place on their bodies have lasting effects. Seeming cool is more important than their health. Wait a minute. Need to charge my tablet real quick, excusez-moi. What? There's no easy way to say this. Your daughter is sniffing glue. The hell she is. What? Excuse me? I'm not. Honestly, the absurdity of the proposal shakes you more than you're willing to admit. You, Ray Kim, the druggie getting high behind the dumpsters after 5th period. Maybe if you planted that rumor in school, you could gain some street cred. Except for the fact that a total of 0 people would believe it. I understand this is hard to hear, but catching it early is the first step to recovery and intervention. Mom cuts him off by standing. Thank you for the advice. Good day. Excuse me. Uh-oh, Mom is emphasizing her sentences. This isn't good. You follow Mom out the door, leaving Dr. Worth shaking his head. The silence is palpable. I'm not sniffing. I know. Because I would never. I know. Great, what a complete and utter waste of time. Your phone lights up. It's an email from Mr. Jefferson titled, "See me for exam score." Crap. The only time Mr. Jefferson asks to see students is when they're failing. This is not a good day to be missing school again. There's also a text from Sadie. "You're not dying, are you? Someone at school started to rumor you were dying." It was Karen Murphy. Of course it was Karen. So of course I don't believe her, but still, you would tell me, right? Karen Murphy, if you had the mental energy to be mad, you would be. Not dying, just sick. Talk soon. You sent the text and took your phone away, going back to looking out the window. Well, so much for this doctor being better than the rest. In fact, this doctor may be even worse. The only thing these doctors have done are making assumptions about who you are. Grand total of none of them have helped in the slightest. Why can't someone just tell me what's wrong already? Keep searching? Yes. Despite everything, the chance of finding out what is wrong is still worth it, for now. Several weeks later. It's midday. You can tell the minute you open your eyes from the sun shining through the window. You have not been to school or any day this week or last week. You don't even want to think about all the makeup assignments they're going to have when you finally go back. If you ever go back. Sometimes it feels like the sickness will last forever. Rolling out of bed, you see your cello across the room. It's been a while since you played, but nothing would make you happier. You grab your backpack and take out the sheet music your orchestra director sent you. No time like the present. An hour of practice will keep up with the rest of them when I get to rehearsal again. You take out your cello from its case and pick up your bow, prepping for the start of the piece. The notes are long and flowing. It feels amazing to play. But before long, your arm position on the cello weighs you down. Your muscles ache from moving the bow back and forth. You look to the clock. Only 20 minutes in? I never feel tired after only this long. You set your cello back to its case. Take a break. You don't know why you thought you could actually practice normally, especially given how you've been feeling lately. Several weeks later. Going to see a blood doctor today. You didn't know that there were doctors that just studied blood. You're ready for a run-of-the-mill experience so much the ones you've had before. Dr. Jones. Ray Kim. You nod, but the doctor doesn't even lift her gaze from the file in her hands. She lifts her eyes over her tingle glasses to get a better look at you. She looks back and down with the file with her notes, then back at you, then back down. I think it might be Lyme disease. It's pretty rare, and I'm not sure if you've been in the area with ticks, but it's worth checking out. I'll order a blood test. You're almost taken aback by the efficiency of the appointment. She didn't even touch you or come close enough to get a good look at you. Even if she was just that good or just that bad. She looked like she didn't want to be there either. Your phone lights up. It's a text from your orchestra conductor. Regretfully, you've been cut from the upcoming recital for not attending enough rehearsals. You feel tears sting at your eyes as you put your phone away. There's also a text from Sadie. Hey, can't talk. You send the text, tuck your phone away, stare out the window. Try not to think about how much you wish you could play in that recital. Today was a complete bust. Do you keep searching? Yes. You look at Mom despite everything. She's still your strongest advocate. She might be the only one on your side at all. She's fighting so hard for you that it makes you determined to keep going. Another doctor it is. Several weeks later. Auditions for the school player tomorrow. You haven't had much time to prepare, but there are some monologues you still memorized from last time. Romeo and Juliet. Nice. Pull out the script and start flipping until you find a chunk of text words for this audition. Then you get to work. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo? Hours later, you lay back on your bed, having memorized and practiced your audition to your heart's content. You probably set your alarm, climb into bed, ready for tomorrow. The next day. Ray? Your eyes open to find your cheek sitting in your breakfast. Huh? What happened? Well, I'm not an expert, but I believe you fell asleep in your breakfast. You rise out of your chair, made some breakfast off your face. Mom is watching you carefully. Even walking to the sink tires you out. You lean against the counter to try to rub some of the sleep from your eyes. Honey, I really don't think you should be going to school today. Auditions. I know it's your choice. She's right. You know she's right. But it doesn't make it hurt any less. You can barely function this morning. There's no way you're going to make it to this afternoon. Okay. Several weeks later. Okay. This is getting a little too long. You had no idea there were so many types of specialists for doctors, but here you are, and somehow you made your way to an infectious disease doctor. Almost in the same spell as before, the doctor doesn't have the decency to talk to your face. She talks over your head, directly to Mom, showing her a series of laminated sheets with charts and graphs on them. Rude. Mom notices your sour expression. So, Ray, what do you think of all this? Dr. Lee, as it says on her coat, turns and gives you an obviously forced smile. Oh, you don't have to worry about the fine details. I'm sure they'll go over her head anyway. You sit there taken aback as Dr. Lee turns back to Mom. Excuse me? I may be a kid, but I'm not stupid. You sit there fuming while Mom smiles and nods at the doctor. Dr. Lee thinks you probably have something, but not an infectious disease. Yeah, because you told you that one, genius. Despite the lack of infectious disease, she writes you an official doctor's note to excuse you from the amount of school you've been missing. So I got the appointment's over, you beeline out the door. Neither of you are happy about the appointment you just had or the money you spent. You look at the note in your hands. Official excuse to be missing class. The note reads, Infectious Disease Clinic in bold, black letters at the top. Looks intimidating, but this is effective enough. After missing so much school, you need something to show administration so you don't get expelled. Also, you back at Mom, who squeezes your hand tightly, but her eyes are less bright than they were before. She would never show it, but the constant barrage of doctors taking a toll on her as well. You can only be treated like a science experiment for so long before you snap. It seems like no matter how hard you try, there are 1,000 things in the way of finding answers. You just wish things could go back to normal, that you could leave behind the world of doctors and appointments for good. You're just so tired. Mom dropped you off to school to turn in your doctor's note. Feels like years since you've been here. You wish you were back for good. Okay. I'm going to stop it here, although it's not. I know chapter 2 is not over yet, but it's getting pretty long. So, I'm going to save it. Go to the menu. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.